and welcome to another video update from the Fire Brigades Union, here in the Union's head office in Kingston, London. We're joined by General Secretary Matt Rack to discuss another step forward in the Union's hugely important pensions victory. Now Matt, as I said, it was a step forward today. It was back to the Employment Tribunal for what's called a remedy hearing. First of all, what is a remedy hearing and what was the outcome of today?
Tam, we'd already won the important case where we demonstrated that the government had unlawfully discriminated against groups of our members by not protecting them in relation to pensions when they moved people onto the 2015 pension scheme. The remedy hearing is then the Employment Tribunal telling the employers and the government how to put that right. And they, as a result of that, issued what's called an interim declaration affecting immediate steps that need to be taken. And
who are those that are affected by these immediate steps?
Well, the people immediately affected are, firstly, people who have either already retired on grounds of ill health, and they will have been covered by the wrong regulations because may have been dealt with by the 2015 scheme, and in reality, under this ruling, they should have been dealt with under the rules of the 1992 scheme. And secondly, people now who are able to retire, or would be able under the 1992 scheme rules to retire on grounds of age and length of service, and have not been able to do so because they are in the 2015 scheme. And in both those cases, these members now have the right to say, I want to be treated under the 1992 scheme rules.
That in itself is massive, Matt. I mean, how do those members go about achieving that?
We'll be issuing circulars on this, so I think people don't just listen to what's in the video here, but there will be various bits of information on our website. Read the circulars closely, but those groups of members should contact their employer, and secondly should contact their local FBU official and say effectively, I want now to potentially have my pension reassessed using the correct rules, or I now want to retire using the 1992 scheme rules.
Now Matt, everyone's going to have questions in regard to this, and it's so detailed with complex areas of legislation and rules. Where do members go to get these questions answered?
Well, as I say, they need to read the circulars. There will be circulars issued to members, an all-members circular, and there will then be circulars issued to FBU brigade officials. So we would want the members affected to contact their local officials, who will then have been briefed about how to take up the different categories of cases. People should follow the website very closely, so we'll be putting further information on the FBU website. And people need to follow this closely, read the circulars and speak to their local officials.
Okay, Matt, now this is for members who are on the 1992 scheme, but of course we've got members across the Fire and Rescue Service, FBU members, on other schemes. What's the message to them? Still fighting?
Absolutely. So the claimants in this particular case at this stage were members of the 1992 scheme, but the discrimination affects people beyond that, and indeed people beyond the Fire and Rescue Service. So we're looking at all of those details, including the members of the, for example, 2006 pension scheme, and there are things we will do to address their concerns as well. So there's lots of aspects of this that we continue to look at, our lawyers are looking at, and people need to just please bear with us. We'll be addressing all those concerns in due course.
Now Matt, just finally, we have talked about regulations and rules and how it affects different people, but just to take a step back, I mean, what a victory for the Fire Brigades Union.
Absolutely, Tam. I think let's be clear, the claimants in this case are FBU members and FBU members only, and I think that's a message to people who in the fire service maybe aren't FBU members. They should be in the Fire Brigades Union. I think secondly, we took on the government and our employers in this case. We faced an uphill struggle. The only way we were able to do that is because we are a union and because we're the Fire Brigades Union. Think about the costs involved, huge costs to get the best lawyers we could find to challenge the government. And that's down to our members. And I think I just want to finish by paying tribute to our members who took on the government politically, fantastic lobbying campaign during that process. Then we took industrial action. We went on strike, and we took more strike than anybody else. And then we pursued this through the courts. And that's only because our members decide to be a member of the Fire Brigades Union and stick together, and through that we're able to challenge people when they impose injustice on us. And that's what this was all about, fighting for justice for our members. It's just one step forward, but it's an important step forward in that battle.
Well said. Well, look, for more information on this, I know many of you will have questions. Please go to our website. That's www.fbu.org.uk. For more immediate updates, you can follow us on Twitter, and that's simply @FBU National. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, thanks, Matt.
Thanks.